Hello everyone, this is CounterYolo, bringing you another video talking about Star Trek Online. And today, instead of a regular build video, I'm going to go over the weekend store rewards, simply because the next weekend event is about to start. And if I just covered this on Sunday, it would have already passed, and you all might have picked the wrong stuff from the weekend store for your rewards. So in this video, I'm just going to very simply go over the weekend store and how it works, as well as the various ones that are available from the weekend store. I can't cover the new ground shield at the moment because this video is coming out before that things are going to be coming out whenever you watch this video. And, well, I don't have the stats for it, so I can't talk about it. But I can talk about everything else and the ones that you probably should be going for. But anyway, so to get to the weekend store, you can either right-click on your weekend voucher to get to the store, or you can get to it in this fashion, especially if you don't, especially if you're claiming it on other characters besides the ones that you claim it on. This is the way that you'll need to go. So you go to the reputation tab and make sure that events is selected, and then you'll go ahead and go to the store itself. Depending upon your character, you might have up to 4 different tabs inside of here. If you have a new Discovery Captain, you won't have the summer and winter event thing there because it is a store that you have to unlock during the time that the event is going on. So for your Discovery Captains, you will only have the account reward claim slot and the weekend event slot. You'll go ahead and select the weekend event slot, and then there'll be all those different consoles and weapons available there that if you have 3 vouchers, you'll be able to claim. And so how the weekend store works is that you play the weekend event missions. There are 2 different ones inside the game. There's the Arena of Sompek, which is going on as of this video, basically, as well as the other mission called the Kobayashi Maru, which was formerly known as the no-win scenario inside of Star Trek Online. So you're able to earn 1 weekend voucher a day, no matter how poorly or great that you do. It's just 1 weekend voucher per day. And after playing for 3 days, you're able to use the vouchers to buy something from the weekend store. And whatever you buy in there, it is account unlocked. So after you buy, you're able to go through that screen, the method screen that I just showed you, so you're able to get that for all of your other characters on your account. This is extremely nice because some of these things are extremely powerful. Yeah, they're basically able to be used for everyone, so let's go ahead and get into them. When it comes to these, in my opinion, the space ones are stronger than the ground, especially because with a lot more complicated stuff for space combat versus ground combat. I recommend going for the space ones, especially if you are a free-to-play player. Space combat is quite a bit harder than ground combat, especially with different combinations that are available to for training manuals and things. So first off, if you don't have anything from the Reputation store, I highly recommend getting the Reiterator Structural Capacitor. This is basically a reverse shield polarity, but for your hull. And it has the same type of recharge as reverse shield polarity. And it also has decent stats to help your hull, hull regeneration and your hull HP. It's pretty nice in theory because it's a reverse shield polarity, but for your hull, it theoretically has the highest healing capacity of any ability inside the game. Some of your highest end tank players inside the game prefer to have their Reiterator Structural Capacitor over other consoles inside the game. For me, I like the Reiterator Structural Capacitor if I don't have the obfuscation screen on my ship, but that's just me. Alongside that, the prolonged engagement power Dynamo is also exceptionally strong because this gives you a lot of power. So especially if you're using 8 energy weapons on your ship, you need several sources of power on your ship, whether that's power reduction from energy weapons on your ship, like from your warp core can definitely have that. Or you can get something like the Plasmatic Leech or this console to help give yourself even more power so that you don't have to worry about that as much. The reason why this is also nice is because, as what's been expressed on this channel, some of the stuff on the exchange on console for players are insanely expensive to the point that most of them aren't even worth it to buy. Especially for you all that want to use a Plasmatic Leech but can't get it because of the exchange, this is a great alternative that is affordable. You're able just to play this event for 3 days, and then you can get this for your entire account. And also, additionally, alongside that, this console doesn't rely on drain expertise to make this to be effective. The Plasma Leech does, and that's why my certain builds are based around that too. The other thing for space is the prolonged engagement phaser weapons. You're only able to get one of them for your ship. You can't have a beam array and a dual cannon. But I'm also, as a random note, if you claim one of these, both of them are unlocked for your entire account. You don't have to worry about, do I have to get the beam array or the dual cannon of whatever build? Just get one and they're both available. Overall, in terms of the math, it starts at 90% damage and ramps up to 115% based upon the stacks of amplifying rays whenever you're in combat. Overall, in terms of math, the raw DPS is basically the same, but because of fire and cycle haste, it does more than a regular phaser beam array or phaser dual cannon. Just kind of how the math works. So that this is worth it for most of your budget and mid-level DPS. Most of your insanely high-end phaser DPS builds do not include prolonged engagement phaser beam weapons, just upon how the math works at the super high end. But unless you're super high end trying to get Mark 15 Epic for everything, and you're going for a phaser build, this is not a bad option. Also, if you get the prolonged or get this guy here, you get a 7.5% recharge time for all your bridge ops abilities whenever you have both that console and one of these weapons on your ship. All right, let's go ahead and go over to ground now. For all these, I don't really like any of them personally, but you can use them if you want. Sompek Lightning is a favorite of most people inside the game for ground combat if they use the rotation store at all. This is basically an electrical version of Orbital Strike that engineers have. And does electrical damage, plus has a chance to knock back and hold enemies. It has a 1-minute recharge on the base time. This time that you see here off of the STO Wiki is based upon someone who has some recharge time reductions on their captain. The one that I would prefer a little bit more, but this is just for looks personally, is these gloves. I don't know how to actually say that, but these gloves are pretty cool. If you want to be a martial arts captain for ground combat, or you just like awesome looking gloves for the tailor, these gloves are insanely good. One of the times when I was playing PvP ground, there was this guy called One Punch Man. That's what he named his character, which is kind of funny, but it was actually, I think it was a guy who renamed his character because he made this ridiculous build that all he did was he punched. All he did was punch, and he literally like 1v'd our entire team and just couldn't die. It was such an insane build whatever he had. I really wish he accepted my friend request. But anyway, a lot of PvP players don't reveal their builds, but I can make sure that guy was using these gloves. They're all pretty good, but yeah. So the last one here for these things is the Sompek Blast Assault. This is the ground weapon. If you want to deal electrical damage, but you don't like the Lucari wrist apparatus from the Lucari reputation, this is another option for you. Especially if you combine that weapon with the 2-piece Lucari ground set, with the Lucari wrist weapon and the Lucari ground armor to get that 2-piece to give you more electrical damage for ground combat. This thing will punch out a lot of damage really quickly. And does a lot of like electrical damage over time as well. This thing is very good, but I only really see a lot of its benefits in the Sompek ground arena personally, especially if you're wanting to combine this with the Sompek Shield that is coming out today, which gives you more kit readiness and gives you a bit of a repel whenever you're trying to bring up allies that have gone down. But yeah, that's basically just for today. This is a super short video. I really hope you all enjoyed it, and have fun during the event this weekend. I will have a normal talking video about stuff about Star Trek Online on Sunday. But until then, thank you all for watching and enjoy the rest of your day.